Watch out. Watch out.
A-League episode 10. It feels good to say 10, man. We've been doing this for quite some time.
We've been doing it for a decade.
For a decade, baby.
What's up, Yeezy?
Man, it feels good to be back and finally do the intro. It feels good. Akeem done stole the shine from me, but Akeem, I got it back now. I'm doing the intro. Saturday morning, Atlanta, Georgia, baby. It feels good. What's going on, y'all? Everybody straight, man? It's early.
I'm really just,
Oh, hey, last week, man. I wasn't going to say. Georgia-Tennessee game, I know that.
I was in a good mood, man.
Let's just get out the way. Let's just get out the way. Are you okay?
No. I'm pretending to be okay, but there's another game this week.
Okay.
So
y'all play South Carolina on Sunday, I heard now. They moved it to Sunday at 2 or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to conflict with the Falcons game, but it's
Which
whatever.
is more important to you?
The pain.
The Falcons.
Okay.
The pain was. I don't know. It softened a little bit for me because I was at Georgia State's volleyball game.
Oh.
So we were kind of looking at our phones halfway through Twitter, and then we just saw a bunch of people oh my god,
Yeah.
ah, and then we saw the Vines, of course, and then the Twitter videos, and then the actual highlight, and it's wow. If I watched that live, I don't know how I would have reacted.
Yeah.
I think I ran around the house for about 5 minutes, just in disbelief.
Yes, that this.
And then the really bad part was that, watching Butch Jones lay on the ground and cry like he just won a championship. I was like,
Did you see the locker room afterwards?
No,
I didn't.
They
catch
were
that.
singing "Ugly God." It's forget all that talking, let's do it. Forget all that talking, let's do
that
it.
song kind of goes in though. So I can't.
And then Josh Dobbs was in the back trying to not really jump into it because he didn't want to get hurt, I guess. But yeah,
hey, that's a song to do it to. Right? So let's jump into the first topic. The Rose Case. Update on what's going on with the Rose Case. So yesterday he appeared in court to hear the testimony of the accuser, and he's asking for the judge already, which is crazy, but he's asking for the judge for him to be able to miss Tuesday's court hearing. He actually gave his testimony yesterday, Friday, and what I was surprised about, he surprised me about with Rose, is just his disbelief that it's possible for him to commit this type of crime. What we do know is the sex act, it did occur. That's pretty obvious. Rose has admitted that's long time ago. Rose said, yeah, I did do this, and me and my brothers, or not brothers, me and his friends, or people he's known for quite some time. 2 of them, they have admitted that this is what we partake in. But now I guess what the whole courtroom is trying to argue is if it was consensual. The girl saying no, Rose is saying that she pretty much implied that she was okay with this. Yeah, which is crazy, right? So earlier that day, the day it happened, and Jeremy's just come on now. So the day, I know, he made the comment saying, in my mind, she consented every time we had sex. Why wouldn't she do it that time? Now, earlier that day, Rose, we know he makes some comments that's kind of anyway. But earlier that day, she came over with a friend, and they had drinks, and she became a little aggressive with him. This is what his side of the story is. Became aggressive with him. He wasn't really feeling it. He left the room, left her presence. She ended up going by the poolside with Randall, one of Rose's close friends, where they had their own acts together, and she wanted Rose to join in. Rose said no, he wasn't cool with that. That was what Rose is saying that happened that day. She says she doesn't remember that happening at all, or that didn't even take place. So then she leaves. Rose gets a taxi for her. She leaves, goes back to her place with her friend, where she also continues to drink just a little bit. To to the point that she passed out, blah, blah, blah. So she passes out, and she wakes up. And when she wakes up, she has text messages from Rose saying, hey, we're here. I'm sending the car over to get you so you can come back. That's what her side of the story says, that she wanted him to come back to his place, where he said, no, she invited me over there. And we haven't got to read the text messages, but they imply that she wanted me to come over there at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., whatever it was, and do what was he said was implied, that, hey, obviously somebody invites you over at 1 a.m., what are you expecting? We are men. That's what Rose said, that we are men. What do men do at 1 a.m. when a girl invites them over? So for his whole point is, he pretty much did what he was supposed to do. When a female invites you over, this is how you act, this is how you conduct yourself, and because of her sexual history or sexual acts of that day, he's using that now as a way to pretty much, he's victim shaming, and pretty much to give himself a reason why, hey, this was okay for us to do, because we know her past, we know what she's capable of, we know what she's done, we know what she's known for. That's why he brought in the whole Nick Young thing, with Nick Young having a history with her as well, and abortions, all of these things that were pretty similar to what happened. I don't know if you guys remember what Kobe went through. So when Kobe's whole case went through the same thing, his attorney used the same method, slut shaming or whatever you want to say, to use that as a reason for their actions and how they were pretty much enticed to do this. And for me, the league even, using this as the word that was used from his teammates, his team, as a distraction, that was used by Hornacek, and that was used by a couple of players. And I was pretty shocked by that, because you know how a lot of sports leagues are, and how they handle these situations is just do that and come back to the team when you're ready. That's the exact words that Hornacek told him. But that's really what a lot of teams feel like, it's no biggie. So there's not a lot of pressure on him, in the meantime. But, how do y'all feel when it comes to the seriousness maybe for this case, or if you guys just want to talk about the details of the case in itself, whichever floats your boat.
My first point is that everything he said in his testimony sounds like absolute baloney.
Yeah.
Not even baloney, probably like, spam or some stuff. Second of all, at first, when I first heard about this case, I just kind of thought, it would kind of go away. It wouldn't be, it would be something that, didn't really sound like what it sounded like at first. But after hearing his testimony, I'm very afraid for Derrick Rose's career and his freedom, because it sounds like he could be going to jail for a very long time. Him and his friends. Just his testimony that made me kind of feel a lot. It really makes me feel a lot different about Derrick Rose now. He's always put on this, really nice guy face, or this model citizen face, but from what that sounds like, that sounds really bad. So I fear for his career. And my second point is that this case hasn't really gotten the attention that I would have expected to have gotten. But I want to know where the NBA is on this. Like, why haven't they, at least suspended him until the case is settled, or, said something? The NBA has kind of just been, oh, that's Derrick Rose, he has a trial going on, but, we're not going to bother him. And it's like, that's why it's been really quiet, because, the NBA hasn't taken action against him. And I feel like he should be suspended for the whole year now, like just for having his name caught up in that kind of situation.
Yeah.
You can't really go by, well, he's been quiet, he's not really done anything bad in the past. But he's tied to something like this. That's, first of all, with all the stuff that's been going on in the NFL over the last few years, why would you want a guy like being one of the headliners in your league with something like this attached to them? So that's my second issue. And my third issue is that, we talk about the stereotypes and stuff. How can he assume she was anything about her based off her past history or based off how she acts? That's as a black man, that should be the first thing he throws out of his head. Like, he should never think that about anybody, because that's how he wants people to feel about him. So, now, even if he tries to say something about the, all the things going on with the police, you know, and the social profiling. I mean, he can't even be believable now because he's guilty of that now.
Yeah.
So that's one of the main issues. And then, you know, like I said,
it's ugly.
Yeah, it's ugly.
It doesn't look really good. And to your quickly before Rashad, you go, like even I read that the Players Association, NBA players, they made a statement and they put out a report of all the off the court contributions that Rose has done. And in the midst of all of this, so which is just to me
all moot at this point.
Yeah, it doesn't matter now. Go ahead, Rashad.
First of all, I want to say to Derrick Rose, you got money, man. So therefore, to have money, you need to be on all 10 toes. Excuse me. You need to be on all 10 toes at all times. You got to be aware of every single thing you're doing because if people can sue you for anything, if you give them a reason to sue you, for them to sue you, they're gonna sue you because you got money. That's just how it goes. That's the game. You gotta move different than you once moved as a kid in high school or someone in college. Now, you know, accepting those actions. Second of all, you got money, Derrick Rose. So, how did your lawyer team or defense team allow you to come up with stuff like that? You sound like you talking to your boys. And then and when your boys roast you like, bro, you know how stupid you sound? And you talking to a court. You really presented that. You talk to your lawyers, all this, your defense team. All right, here's the game plan. And you come out talking about, well, I mean, bro, she texted me at 1 o'clock. You already know what the deal is, bro. Yeah. I mean, I thought it was. Are you serious? You're a grown man, Derrick Rose. Yeah. You're too old for this. And I think that's where, you know, when you have a guy like Derrick Rose who's gotten away with so much growing up, you know, I don't want to drop too much alleged stuff out there. Y'all can find it on the internet. But I'm talking about cheating in high school to get into Memphis. Cheating and this to get when you get away with so much and you're so privileged as a star athlete, Derrick Rose, top player in Chicago, first best thing in Chicago since Michael Jordan, best thing in Chicago since Dwayne Wade, whatever. Then you have a situation like this. And for the NBA not to say what Eric just said, what the NBA PA come out, oh, this is all the good he's done. That's despicable because you're making it, all right, yeah, it's like cops after like another black person dies unarmed and it's stupid and it doesn't make any sense and we got another hashtag and more protests and everything going on and the cops release every single good deed and active community service they've done so far in 2016. How do you think black people will react to that?
They don't want to hear it.
Exactly. So,
and even with him, I think what you hit on was like all that he's been able to get away with up until this point. To me, is when I think about it, it's like that's an athlete problem, like period. Because they have like a world where I have to understand, like when you deal with them, like they live in a world with different layers, you know what I mean? Like they're protected by so many different layers coming from like AAU and whatever it starts at, where they're living in their own bubble where everything revolves around them, is concerned about them.
Especially an athlete like Derrick Rose.
Oh, yeah.
He's been the best at every level. So he was known to be the guy. He was the guy that was going to be the face of the NBA for the next 20 years, for the next 10 years.
Exactly.
So he's been protected since he was probably in the 8th or 9th grade. Right?
They knew. We knew he was about to. They knew probably then. As soon as he got in high school, he's going to go college at least or be a big time college player. He was early on like a prodigy, pretty much. I mean, you go around Chicago, people talk about him like crazy. Like, they knew he was going to be that dude. So for him, it was just you being spoon-fed this whole thing that you're untouchable, that, you know, this is how you conduct yourself. But as a man, you really haven't been, you never actually learned how to be a man, because you don't know how to be a man when you're given so much. You don't really know what truly it means to be a man and how to conduct yourself. And that's what's most disappointing about the words he's saying. Like Rashad, you're saying, like, I don't know what his attorneys are doing or what they're telling him, because dude's going up there saying stuff like that. That's just like, I don't understand. Like, in my mind, she consented every time we had sex. I was like, why? In what world would that seem okay? It doesn't matter if the previous times you guys felt it was okay. It doesn't matter if she acted in this form or fashion. When that night came and you continued to press her at 2 a.m., whatever it was, and you continue to call her and say, yo, get up, we're here, we're downstairs, which is what took place, and then you guys went upstairs to do what you do, that in itself should have been the biggest sign to him, like, yo, that to me was aggressive enough.
Right.
You keep calling somebody, yo, get up, let's do this, and you know the girl was already drinking at your place because you sent her home. You got a taxi for her to go home, all right? So it's like, if you know that and it's up, you should have left it alone, my man. Like, or just tell her, yo, maybe another time, let's get together, link up another time. But you pressing it like you did, it's irresponsible, and it's stupid, it's ignorant, it's shameful. He's standing by what he's saying, that, hey, she said it was okay for all of us to do what we did. He's getting sued for, 21 mil? So either we're going to figure out which way it goes. For the jury, though, it's made up of 6 women and 3 men, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
I'm sorry, 6 men, 6 women. We had a mic fall up in here. We had 6 women and 2 men. I'm sorry. And really, that's, to me, he's not in favor here at all. Rashad's trying to get his mic together right now.
But I got one more point, guys.
Go ahead.
In defense, he's the part where he was saying, we're men, and this is at 1:30 in the morning. If a girl call you over there, first of all, in defense of all normal good gentlemen, that is not what a man
thinks. You gotta
thinks.
stand up for us. Thank you.
That is not what men think when you call us at 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. First of all, he sent her home drunk. First of all, he should have wanted to check on her because it's the decent thing to do. You send somebody home drunk. I mean,
see, that's the difference. Okay, well, I'll say this. If a girl hits you up at 1 a.m. and says, yo, come through, but you know she's conscious, then it's like, all right, as us, we can be honest here, we're gonna feel like, all right, maybe, I don't know, she might be implying something. That's like make the joke of what you doing text, like what you doing up, are you still up text? Like, we all joke about that because we kind of know, we're kind of thinking, hey, what does that mean? But for this, it's like you're saying, she was already drinking. Yeah. So, and she hit you up like that.
To the point where they had to send her home.
Exactly. So you know already what kind of state of mind she's in. And so she never said, hey, it's cool, y'all come through and do this. He's trying to say previous days led up to this point where she pretty much implied, hey, I'm really down with anything. Which is crazy to me because they were dating. Yeah. So it's like, I guess Rose, she's thinking they're in a relationship. Rose is like, all right, yo, you're cool just to be around. Yeah. She took it as like, yo, we have a future together, which she said, I thought we had a future together, which is why it took her so long to really like bring this case up. But Rose is just like,
want this for life.
Yeah. Yachty. You know what I mean? Lil Boat. So it's just like, they're two, but I know what you're saying. Like, if we're talking about the pressing point, like he pressed it at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Yeah. And as men,
that's not what every man does not think that. I've never, gotten a text, that late at night, and then it automatically assumed that's what that meant. Like most gentlemen wouldn't think that, or they wouldn't go there expecting that. I mean, that's really just a foreign way of thinking to me because that's just not. I mean, that's not what gentlemen do. I don't think.
You could go over there. She could just want to chill.
Yeah,
it's not a big deal.
Yeah, you shouldn't go over there expecting that and then bring your homeboys. Like that was why would you bring your homeboys with you? Like that. First of all, like then that's your girlfriend,
meeting, bro.
Yeah,
whole team meeting.
This is a team meeting, dog. Like that to me is wild. So they go back Tuesday. Rose asked if he could miss Tuesday court hearing because they have the game on Monday.
He don't need to be worried about basketball.
I know, right?
And that's the last thing he need to be worried about right now.
Which is wild to me.
His career could be over behind this, and he doesn't
already.
It's
over.
like
he
acts like he really doesn't understand how serious trouble he is in right now. Because
because everybody around him is not telling him how serious this is. Like we were saying, like it's not. You have your teammates or whoever in the whole league is not really pressing you to take care of this matter. And then come back, like what Hornacek said, take care of it and come back later. But even that, him saying that, Hornacek saying it's just like, you'll be good pretty much. It's like, all right, handle that and then come back and then let's get, learn how the offense runs, blah, blah, blah. Like it's nothing. It's like, no.
It kind of makes me wonder if this situation is kind of why the Bulls were so quick to pull the trigger on a trade.
Yeah. You think they knew what was up?
I think they kind of had a feeling of what was up. Maybe they didn't know all the details, or maybe they didn't know the seriousness of what happened. I mean, the statement he just his testimony kind of Like I honestly didn't really know the depth of what was going on and how serious it was, but his testimony basically convicted him almost.
Yeah, it did. It's awful. And I think, like you said, if this would have took place in Chicago right now, man, it's like because they were already at like the peaking point. They were just about to be done with him.
Yeah.
So if this happened right now in Chicago while he's on the Bulls right now, they would have gone, all right, yo.
They probably would have just released him.
Yeah, they're like, yo, we got to get rid of this because we've had enough. We've held on to you enough. We stayed with you through all the injuries.
Your mediocre play.
Your mediocre play for sure. You know what I mean? You got to go. So, yeah, cool. Let's get into the next one here. Odell Beckham and all the attention he's receiving, man, for his on-the-field retaliations or whatever you want to call it. He got a fine for $24,000 from the league, which the league's just finding everybody now. I think they're like trying to make up for what Kaepernick's doing, so they're just going to find everybody. I don't know if that's what they're doing, because it's crazy.
It's right to free speech.
Yeah, right? And then you can't even do a dance. Like, Antonio Brown losing money every week. But, Beckham and Xavier Rhodes got into it. I know y'all saw what happened on the sideline there. Eli Manning made his statements after the game saying that he brought this upon himself. He needs to play smarter than this. I disagree completely. My problem with it is the wide receiver position in itself. If you think about it, you have to be. We saw T.O. this way. We saw Chad. We saw all the greats this way. I know, Jeremy, you disagree with me, but I'm just saying you have to be a certain way, a certain makeup. When you're sitting on an island with an opponent and it's mano-a-mano, and they're pretty much the way you look at it as a receiver is everybody's head hunting out there. Everybody's looking to take you out. Odell knows that everybody wants him out because he dances. He has a good time. He's young. Was he like 23, 24? Young dude, having fun. He got money, and he's feeling like the face of the league sometimes. And so a lot of people want to come for him. I think like he hears stuff that a lot of other wide receivers don't hear at all, which he gets questioned for his sexuality all the time. When I get on the internet, you see that and people make jokes of this and that. Odell. You know, and it's like, yo, dude, I don't know what he's done for that to, they do the different vines. They try to put it in slow motion to make it look like he's doing this and that. But the attention that they're using him, I don't know, what's the Giants' record right now? Are they like 2 and? Had they won 2 games? I think they're still 1 game. I think they only won 1 game. Let's look it up.
Dallas.
They won Dallas.
That's all we know.
Yeah,
and then they lost Redskins. And I think they lost.
And they just lost the Vikings.
Yeah, they lost Vikings.
Vikings, yeah, 1 and 2 or 1 and 3. So, and for that, I mean, obviously, when you're in New York City, somebody's got to take the blame for it. And for some reason, it's not going to be Eli because I guess he has 2 rings. But for now, if we look at the actual stats, Eli's been playing poorly it's 4 games. For 4 games now, his QBR has dropped every single game. But for some reason, Eli Manning in New York is untouchable, as I think we've grown accustomed to. Eli Manning, Manning last name. Has Eli Manning ever had a backup quarterback? No. There's never been any pressure on Eli to do anything. So for Eli to come out and make the statement, he feels comfortable and secure in himself that I can say this and this. I mean, what are y'all really going to do? The coach in itself, the coach made his comments last week that he needs to learn how to control his emotions and he's becoming a distraction and all those things. Where you just got into the position. This is your first year, if I'm not mistaken. And his defense is ranked 30th in third down conversions. Your pass defense isn't doing too well. You're like 18th or 19th. So for me, you have other concerns other than just Odell. Odell wants to, if you hear the mic a lot of times when he's on the sideline, they have him for NFL Network and whatever he's doing. It's a lot of times he's saying that he wants to win. Let's win. Even last year versus Norman, he said, I want to win. He's like, we're not playing hard enough. He was screaming about it, which we saw the same thing with T.O. It's not all about, he's not looking for attention. I don't look at it like that. I say Odell's just a competitive dude, and you have to be when you're pretty much, to me, for that team, he's that guy. I don't look at Eli as that guy because he's not consistent enough. Odell is that guy. He has to steamroll. He has to get this whole team going. If he wants to fire them up this way, he has to. Who else is going to do it on that team? So I don't see him as a distraction. I feel like this knick-knack, it's very small because these things happen on a football field a lot, every week. When you trash talking with dudes and this is happening, they get into it all the time. Jeremy, you play football, man. Like, this is what happens on the field. But go ahead, man. I'll let y'all go.
I mean, I agree with you with the Eli bashing. I think Eli Manning is there. He's been their issue for years now, and he's untouchable. I get it. I agree with you. But you compared, Odell Beckham to T.O.
I did do that.
Odell Beckham is probably the most supremely talented football player I've seen in the last decade. Just off his skill set, what he's able to do with his hands, what he's able to do with his route running. And he's probably the best athlete on the field at all times. And that's including, other teams' offense. He's probably the best athlete in the NFL right now. But he's soft mentally, and he's crying about the attention he's drawn on himself. I get what you're saying. He didn't ask for that. He's a competitive guy. Yes, but so was T.O., like you were saying. But the difference is that T.O., not only did he take the punishment and take the arguments and all that, he took all of what Odell Beckham is whining about. Football isn't fun anymore. I'm blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Stop crying. I mean, you asked for this. You're a supremely talented player. This guy has the potential to be an iconic figure in the NFL. That doesn't happen very often because you can't see these guys' faces. You see this guy everywhere. So, T.O., Randy Moss, those guys like to fight. They like people to talk to them. They dished it out just as much as they took it, if not more. And then they just went out and performed. Like they didn't.
No, you're right. I can see that.
They didn't say, "Well, I'm getting covered, triple covered, and I don't like playing football because people are expecting too much out of me." No, accept it.
Yeah.
This is the moment. Like these moments in people's careers are going to decide what kind of legacy they're going to leave. Like, I mean, LeBron James went through it too, where he was like, he heard all the outside noise and it kind of broke him down a little bit, but. That's where I think Odell Beckham that's where he is right now, and
it's kind of early for him to be there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Think about it. Like I did. Okay, those comments in itself threw me. I was like, hey, I mean, you're only, I forgot what was it, year three right now?
Yeah, year 3.
It's really early for you to say you're not feeling it anymore. But yeah, that comparison when I brought up the T.O. and it was just the emotions on the field was what I was trying to point to. But no, what you're saying is the fights, getting into it with people and all that. T.O. and Randy didn't do that as much. So your point is that's exactly true though. I give him that. Like Beckham, I don't want him to get into the fist fights, but what we saw last year, like with Carolina, is I feel like a lot of times that his sexuality is being talked about on the field, and we don't know what they're saying. So? But dudes is questioning you like that, and
shut him up,
and you gotta shut him up. No, I get that, but
T.O. and Randy Moss shut him up every time.
Yeah, they can. Go ahead.
You can call him whatever you want. You're a grown man. You're a grown man, Odell Beckham. He's only 23, 24. He's just a couple years older than me. And I would know if someone called me a that every single play, and I'm the best athlete in the league. I'm one of the best receivers in the league. I'm not the best. I'm not the top 2, but I'm one of the best in the league. I'm gonna be like, yo, okay, the girls love me, right? I come in the club, everybody want to dance with me.
Do you know who you talking to?
He's chilling at Drake's place, right? He's chilling at, he's doing backflips at Drake's house.
Do you know who you talking to? I'm Odell Beckham. That's the kind of attitude he needs.
I'm best friends with Michi, and I hit them folks like no other.
Yeah.
No one else in the league can hit them folks like me.
Nope.
So why am I mad? Why am I getting frustrated when someone tries to talk down on me and tries to trash talk me? I'm Odell Beckham Jr., as Jeremy said. So why?
Well, his quarterback is playing terrible. I think, look, it's hard. You're frustrated too. He's also frustrated because you can't shut people up the way you want. Him crying and doing all the stuff with Norman, to me, when I saw that, was just a frustration out of we're all playing bad. And it's not selfish,
right?
But it's like he wants to win first. To me, he wants to win first, but also he knows the matchup, man. This is competitive. You want to win as a point guard. Whenever I play ball, whatever, it's like I feel the same way. It's like you want to win the game, but you also want the other dude. You also want to just thrash him. You just want him to yell. Like you can't say nothing like we won, and also you lost this one-on-one matchup. That's how every point guard in the NBA feels. Like
but
you want that matchup.
At the same token, there's a line between just competitiveness and maturity. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like even against last year against Josh Norman, he went out there and they almost fought. But Odell still did his thing. And did the Giants still come out with the victory?
No, they lost.
They lost.
But it was close, though.
Yeah, but Odell had like 2 touchdown grabs, right?
Yeah.
So Odell still did his thing. This is the thing with this year. Okay, yeah, one at the beginning of the game, and it was on Norman, right?
In the end zone.
It was on Norman. So I mean, you had that going on. This year, the problem with this year is you know, I've never seen at any level a dude on the sideline throw his helmet into the goalpost and hit, you know what I'm saying, and hit himself in the head. You know, that's just too much, bro. You doing the most. You doing the absolute most. Like, I've never seen that.
It's a distraction
on Little League football, Pee Wee, whatever, man. Middle school, JV, freshman, varsity,
semi-pro,
college, Georgia State. I've never seen anything like that in my life. So you got to grow up, man. I've never seen anyone act that childish. It's not a good example to set. You know, the kids are looking at Odell Beckham because he's one of those, you know, dudes. But it's like Cam Newton. You know, Cam Newton gets hit, and he not really complaining that much. He was kind of complaining, but he wasn't letting it show on the sideline.
They used to get on him about him so-called pouting on the sideline when he put the towel over his head.
Right. When he put the towel over his head.
He still did that last year, put the towel over his head.
When they were winning.
Yeah,
right.
So
and he was just smiling.
But why does Odell Beckham get a pass?
I don't think he's getting a pass. No, I'm saying, why does it seem like it's only because it's like, all right, when they got on Cam about his actions on the sideline or whatever he was doing when they were a couple seasons ago when they were losing or they were so-so, they said because of his position he's supposed to act a certain way. So now we got Odell, and he's at a wide receiver position, which is we know is one of the biggest deep.
But we never seen it at this level.
Like this,
like I said, I've never seen a wide receiver cry on the sideline. T.O. never cried on the sideline.
Oh, he cried.
T.O. They had that screaming match. That screaming match against McNabb. He cried.
Jeff Garcia.
San Francisco.
Yes.
Didn't he? He cried after he made that grab.
No, but he
cried then.
Yeah, I know that was good.
I was like, I don't remember him crying because we losing. And I can't catch the ball, or I can't get the ball because I'm getting double teamed.
I think that's most of his issue is that he's not scoring touchdowns and he can't have his fun. That to me, that's what makes it childish, is because I can't have my way, so now I'm gonna cry.
But you got your quarterback over there throwing ducks. I mean, what do you want? Last year, Eli looked better with Odell.
Let me ask you a question over here.
Yeah. What? No, wait. I'm sorry. Real quick. Rashad said something that you also just hit on when he said his publicity. He's like the most sought after, popular wide receiver we've seen in quite some time.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
Oh, but my question is that T.O. didn't cry to Jeff Garcia. So let me ask you a question: is Eli Manning as good as Jeff Garcia, or better?
He's better than Jeff Garcia. What's the issue? Yeah, he's better, but he doesn't play like it. We've seen Eli a lot. Dog, how many seasons Eli led the league in interceptions? You know what I mean?
Like half of his career.
Yes,
probably.
That's what I'm saying. So
how much jewelry does he have though? Check out all my jewelry.
Oh, sure.
I mean,
shout out to Gucci.
It's crazy. Right. Eli Manning gets a pass just because he won 2 Super Bowls and he actually had them.
Those defenses
he made one throw in each of those games and won him a Super Bowl.
Yes, yeah, he did.
That's all you need.
Yeah, true.
That's all you need.
Down to the
you can't take it away from
people
him,
are
man.
considering him as a Hall of Famer, man. Like a Hall of Famer.
At one point, they're trying to say he's better than his brother because he got 2 rings.
Oh, right.
And Peyton couldn't show up in the playoffs, and he showed up when it mattered the most.
I can't see for Eli, for him to get this pass that he's getting right now at this moment, and I'm sure other people will come out and finally start criticizing him for his comments. I hope so. I'll say that I hope so, because at the moment it's not. Well, Odell, like you're saying, he's the most popular, so it's a lot more fun for people to want to write about, talk about, because it's him. So it's so easy target. But like I was saying earlier, it's just I don't know what position is allowed for them to act a certain way, because it seems like whatever, if it's a quarterback, not supposed to act this way. Receiver like Odell, not supposed to act this way. Defenders, like even we saw with last year how the Cincinnati Bengals Steelers game went. And yeah, it got ugly because they were fighting and doing all that. I get it, but at the same time, it's like it gets heated out there. You play, it gets ugly. Dudes just like playing. Really, you playing to feed your family. So when it comes to that, this ain't college. It's different. Like you're playing to feed your family. So the stakes are a lot higher, but it's like, at what point do we look at positions and say, hey, all right, it's cool. They can act this a certain way.
But what did Pittsburgh and Cincinnati do on the sidelines, though? They left it all on the field.
Yeah. No, they fought too, though. I think
on
they got
the sideline?
Well, no. They weren't fighting.
He means that they go on the sideline and throw it.
Yeah. I didn't see that. No. But they got into it, though. People were saying it was
got into it on the field.
On the field, yeah. And they were pushing.
This dude Odell is just getting mad at. Yeah, he beating himself up, literally.
No, I'm just. Yeah.
So it's like, bruh, you two, bruh.
Yeah. You got.
You're a grown man.
He's gonna be all right. He's gonna be all right to me.
I could see him in another uniform this time next year.
Come on.
I mean, it's not because he's a bad player or he doesn't fit with the Giants.
Because he leaves because he wants to leave.
I think I honestly think he'll start seeing that the issue with Eli. He'll eventually say something because I don't think he's gonna have to. I don't think he's gonna be that receiver that's gonna be quiet and just take back quarterback play for years. And he's gonna eventually be like, all right, man, I need another quarterback, or I'm gonna have to get up out of here. And then eventually he's gonna become such a distraction to the team that they're gonna be like, well, what can we get for this guy?
Yeah,
somebody's.
That's how you're pointing to. Like, that's exactly how TL felt. That's why TL left the 49ers in the first place. Like you're saying, because it's like you got inconsistencies at your quarterback position. Dog, it gets frustrating.
It's frustrating.
That position alone. I think that even more than a running back. It's so predicated on somebody else's success.
Right.
Like you need your quarterback more than any position, like just in sports period. So it's like if that's the case, then yeah, I don't blame him. I'm gonna go somewhere else where hey, look, we'll take you in Green Bay, dog. All right, if you want to go play with Aaron Rodgers or whatever, or somebody, Tom Brady,
come play with the best quarterback in the league right now.
Right.
Actually,
I'm not jinxing.
Matty.
Actually,
ice.
That when I said what I said, that was the landing spot I had in mind. I don't know if you guys knew
That's
that.
what you were thinking.
I was actually
right.
Julio and Odell Beckham.
Oh my god.
And or going to
I don't
LA.
think Odell or Julio would like that.
Nah, probably not.
Because well, no.
Julio doesn't.
No, you're right.
When Julio get the ball 40 times a week, he like, I'm tired, man.
Yeah. Go ahead, you take it.
I'm tired.
Oh, shit. So that's the Odell. Next up, we got the Warriors. I don't know if you guys watched them this week because I didn't want to. I sat there on the couch watching them and just shaking my head. I said, "This is not happening. This is not real."
Eric's a Clippers fan.
Yeah, I am. I am a Chris Paul fan, so I had to be a Clippers fan.
Also, he's a LeBron fan, also.
Yeah, no, I would never be. All right, look,
team to team.
I don't do that. That's Cuffs the Legend. He does it on Twitter. Let me say, Warriors. I saw DeMarcus Cousins' reaction to seeing. I don't know if you guys saw it. DeMarcus Cousins walked past Kevin Durant and saw him talking to the media. And I said, that's exactly what any of us would have done when we cover these games. Rashad might be at the Hawks game this year, and we're going to see Kevin Durant talking. I think I'm going to do the same double take. Like I can't. This is not happening right now. It is unfair watching them when they. Dude, when the Clippers game started off, that score was crazy. They were up like 20-3 at within the first couple minutes. You know what I mean? So I get that. That's not gonna happen every game. But my whole point is, and I know they had to sacrifice their bench, whatever. You can look at all the negatives for the team, but that starting five, where Steph Curry can really just have the most open threes, even though he already had open threes last year, the last 2 years. And now he's literally chilling, grilling in the three-point corner. He's like flipping burgers, dog, chilling.
And then you can't forget about Zaza.
And you got Zaza up there beating up people, man. He can't wait to come for Dwight's head. I know him and Dwight got the press. But look, so then you got that happening. You got Clay, who doesn't mind, hey, I'll not take a backseat, but hey, I'm unselfish as well. You got Draymond said, look, I can just do the dirty work. I'll take an open three every now and then maybe, but I'll do all the dirty work, get all the rebounds, get all the assists. I'm going to be a triple-double machine again. It doesn't, watching it and the ball moving this way, and the way Kevin Durant said, I never played with a team, he pretty much said that, I never played with it in a system like this. All right, where they're moving the ball, because we saw what happened to OKC. It was just one-on-one. But now, this team, it's not fair and it's not fun to watch. I really wasn't having fun watching them. I'm not intrigued by watching them at all because it's like this is what the whole season for them. I'm not even caring if they lose 5 games in a row. I don't care. Like the Heat went through the same thing the first time they got together. I'm just looking for what's going to happen in the playoffs. Maybe by the second round, I'll wake up when they get to the second round in the playoffs. But for now, I don't care watching them at all. I don't know how y'all feel about these Warriors, man.
They've ruined the NBA. I don't know how the commissioner let this happen or allowed this to happen or even said that, he should have went to Kevin Durant. Like, look, I know you want to go to Golden State because you're a crybaby, but
you're a crybaby.
I need you to go somewhere else or stay in OKC because
to Atlanta.
The league is just going to be terrible. With you there, I mean, we can't sell regular season tickets. We can't get people to watch. Like, now, if the Golden State Warriors are playing the Cleveland Cavaliers on a Friday night, hang out, watch.
I'll watch that. Wait, you said the Cavs?
No, I'm going to say another team. I'm going to say, okay, any team other than the Cavaliers. That are going to hang out or going on a date or something.
Yeah, I'm going.
I'm going.
Yeah.
There's no point to watch that.
Nope.
I mean, that like
Foregone conclusion.
yeah, it's like the regular season doesn't even matter anymore. It's like college basketball now. It's like even college basketball has a little meaning in the regular season, right? But like this was a preseason basketball game that we're talking about where the Clippers were destroyed by the Warriors. The Clippers were the team that were one of the teams that we thought
could
make it interesting.
Yeah. Nope.
No, it's not.
But it's just preseason, so I'm not putting so much stock into it. But I feel you. No, it's the Clippers will play a better game next time they see them.
It's scary how fast they're coming together, though.
Yeah, it is.
It's not even like the score and how the Clippers played that one game. It's like if you watch the game, that like the ball movement, like both of y'all said, it looked like they had chemistry already. Like they had the February chemistry, like mid-season form. Like they were moving the ball and just smiling.
That's what makes it frustrating to watch. Because like this is not supposed to happen that easy.
Right.
Like
it looked like an all-star exhibition.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you talk about the Heat. The Heat had a big three. They have
a big five,
Mario Chalmers as their point guard, and I think Udonis Haslem was in the starting lineup.
Yeah, those two.
Yeah. So
you got the rest of the three.
Then they didn't have a bench.
And then you had the ugly dude,
Joel Anthony.
Yeah, Joel Anthony.
Damn, he ugly. They all messed up.
So
shout out to Joel.
Hey, that's who they had, bro. And then they eventually got Shane Battier. And they had Mike Miller already.
Ray Allen came later.
And Ray Allen came later.
Shane Battier got a weird head, but go ahead.
That game.
he got stretch marks in his head.
He has like waves, man.
Yeah.
He has like sideways waves.
How you got ball waves? How you brush that, dog? I know you be hurting. You got the tears in his eyes when you brushing your head.
Hey, man. Hey, but so
shout out to Shane.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you don't even have like a big five here. You have a big six because you got Andre Iguodala, a former NBA All-Star, coming up the bench.
A potential 6 man of the year.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like,
what is the point,
dog? Exactly.
But at the end of the day, like we said, when it comes playoff time, KD, whatever you did to come to the Warriors, you avoid being that guy in OKC. He's still gonna have to face the music when it comes. Well, I mean, he still have to be that guy. There's gonna come a time where they need him.
The thing is, when everybody keeps saying about Kevin Durant, all the criticism, I thought about it. Remember, well, I know it's not the same magnitude, but remember Rasheed Wallace. When he wanted out of Portland, because he didn't want to be the guy all the time. That's why he didn't really want to stay with the Hawks too long, because he was going to have to be the guy. So at Detroit, he could fit in with a couple of other All-Stars. Yeah. And they could win a championship. But Rasheed Wallace is, no disrespect.
Okay.
But
I was about to say.
He's not the third greatest player in the world right now.
Yeah. I absolutely agree with that. That's what I think. The decision to me was whack. It's always going to be whack. I'm not thinking like, years from now, we're just going to forget that he made this choice. It's just all about what he wins from here on out. Now, because especially if they win this year, what I want to see is for them to go through a little. If they don't win it this year, I think people would appreciate them more and have more respect for KD if they don't win it this year, even maybe next year. If they win it their third year, if it takes them, but they have to go through something. Because if they just win it this year straight out, he's not getting any credit. This is all Steph's credit. Steph's going to get the credit because it's his team already.
Right.
Draymond and Clay, that's their team, so they're going to get, hey, Steph got 2 rings now.
Right.
Clay got 2 rings now. But for KD, he's not getting any appreciation for that. So for this team, I would, for their sake, it'd be better for them to lose these next 2 seasons if they want for people to have any type of respect for them. Because right now, they're just a villain that everybody hates them, which I'm a part of that.
And it's kind of sad to see Durant be a part of that because, a couple years ago, he was the beloved guy of the league.
Yes.
And
I didn't love him.
Like LeBron. Yeah.
I mean, but now he's the guy everybody hates. But, back to, what you guys saying. I like competitiveness. And for somebody to say, well, I don't want to lose to a team, you had this team beat. You had this team beat literally a few months before you decided to go join them. So what changed over that little bit of time where you was like, I mean, 1 or 2 or 3 plays here or there, you win. You beat this team. You beat them.
Andre Iguodala said that he came on Breakfast Club and said they were the better team. He said that's flat out. He said they were the better team. I can say that now because the series is over. That's what he said. But they were the better team.
So why not? You and your boy Russ get together, take a few less dollars, and add someone else to you guys, and you beat
They
them.
added Oladipo too, like you said, like Rashad was saying. They added Oladipo, which was great. That's a great backcourt help for.
And you got about 5 big men anyway.
Oh yeah, they're all good. Yeah.
And I would have took, I would have coupled one of those guys in the draft pick and turned and went and got somebody off my bench that could score.
I get it.
They had assets to where they could have added to that team and made them that much better.
Presti is great at that. That's why I love Presti. Presti will add. He knows how to get he's great at trades. Period. He knows how to get players down. Like he got Oladipo for Ibaka, and they're gonna love that.
But like what Jerry was saying, like that's a great part about sports. Like I could turn on a random game in any sport, but if it's a close game, at the end I'm gonna be like, oh,
exactly.
Oh!
Yeah.
So if we don't have that, well,
what's up?
What's the point?
I mean that's the crazy thing. Like, if you see a close game, there's a close game going on between Boston and the Hawks. Okay, I mean it's like coming down to the last few seconds. It does like that. The Warriors and the Cavaliers take the meaning of that game away.
Oh. Right.
Like whoever wins that game is just going to get swept or beat down by the Warriors or the Cavaliers. I mean, it's like this is the worst I've seen in the NBA. This is the biggest golden age of the NBA. Yet talent-wise, but this is the worst year or era of the NBA because you got guys scared to compete against each other. I've never seen a league where guys are scared to compete against each other. Like, you're a professional athlete. You've competed all the way through your life since you were a kid. Why now do you want to be afraid to step out there and be a competitor? Like,
shout out to Dwight Howard. He's not he's not a joiner. The super team. Yeah,
even though he tried to do it at Houston, it just didn't work out.
And LA.
And even what you were saying, quick, is about this goes for Odell and really goes for KD when it comes to being everybody liking you to now everybody going against you. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was years ago where AI came on Stephen A. show when he had his show on ESPN. Highly questionable. And he told him...
No, it wasn't highly questionable.
Wasn't it?
It was because highly questionable Stan Levitard. It was but Stephen A. Smith. It was like quite frankly.
Quite frankly. Quite frankly. So he came on there and he gave, this is way before LeBron left Cleveland the first time, and he predicted that everybody's going to hate LeBron. So go and watch it on YouTube. Wow. But he says that, look, he says, man, they're waiting, man. They're waiting for you to do something so they can really hate you. I'm telling you right now. He's looking right at the camera, and he's looking at Stephen A. Then he turns, looks at the camera, and he's like trying to tell the crowd, and looking at the crowd like, yo, this is going to happen. They're waiting for you right now. Do something wrong. And they're going to turn against you because they cannot wait to. This is way before he left Cleveland the first time.
Hey, I need to tell me when I'm going to get a job.
AI ain't here. He don't understand what's going on, man. He never had a job in his life. You think AI
right.
So, I just been playing ball. But so the same thing with Odell and the same thing with KD. Like, people... And like really we're just waiting for them, and now they have a reason to more than ever to hate you. I didn't think they had a reason to hate LeBron like they did, but that's a different story.
Yeah,
but for these two,
I respect LeBron even more now because he actually made a super team, not joined a super team.
Exactly. Totally
after joining a super team.
So.
No, I'm talking about in Miami. That team wasn't very good when he went there. They were like struggling to make the playoffs. When he went there, he brought Chris Bosh there.
No, Chris Bosh shined before LeBron.
Yeah, he did. But no, if they were
already knew.
Before,
they already knew.
They already knew.
But like it wasn't like a team that had already won a championship and just got just barely beat. Like the Heat didn't just beat LeBron.
No.
And
the equivalent, like you're saying, is if LeBron would have left after Cleveland the first time and went to Boston.
Yeah,
exactly. He went to Boston or somebody else who kept beating him, or Detroit, I don't know, whatever. Then it would have been like, all right, that's a weak move because you're joining the team that keeps beating you. But but KD's told, that's what KD did. But LeBron didn't do that. He made that 3-team. He had his best stats. If you look at his career numbers, his best numbers were in Miami. With those 4 years, he was efficient as any player will probably ever be in the history of basketball. Like, it is, if you go look at him, it's ridiculous. So he made that team great. And, we know Wade had to take a back seat and all those kind of things. So really, that was LeBron's team. We can all see that. But for the Warriors, for now, man, I'm not too interested in that. The rest of the league, I'm trying to see who else is up and coming. I'd rather watch maybe to see how the Bucks are going to look now. They're a young, up-and-coming team. I want to see some of these other teams, what they're going to look like. But the Warriors, we kind of already know what's going to be. I'm not interested in watching.
Just let me know June 12th, 2017, Game 7.
Okay.
Cleveland,
we'll wake
Golden
you up.
State.
Snorlax.
Yeah.
You're on your Snorlax.
I mean, the season's like 2 weeks from being open, and like opening night is supposed to be the exciting time.
I'll be sleepwalking at the Hawks games, like sleep cheering.
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching the baseball playoffs probably because that's more exciting than the basketball season.
Well,
right now.
even as Hawks fans, like you're saying, we kind of know in the East how it is. It's Cleveland or nobody
LeBron.
else. It's LeBron.
I can't even lie. I still have a little like hope in my heart.
Beat them.
Let that hope go.
Because Dwight Howard is the only one in the East that has proven he can beat.
LeBron,
I don't know how many
LeBron
times I have to say
James.
this. Yeah, LeBron James.
Shout out to that kid.
But yeah, like Dwight Howard is the only one in the East that's proved.
When is the last time he faced LeBron in the playoffs?
2009.
And where was LeBron? And what was the problem in Cleveland?
What? He had a good team in Cleveland.
He had a good team. That's not why he went to Miami.
Them boys was good.
Them boys
Nah,
were
they
good.
weren't a good team.
They had Mo Williams.
So you take LeBron off their team. how many
Antoine
wins they had?
Jameson.
He made all those dudes all-stars.
They're not as good as the
He had to
Magic.
wash.
They
Shaq
would've
was
made the
washed,
playoffs.
man. When Shaq went there, he was washed.
Yeah, he was.
Right.
He was
TNT
No,
Shaq, man.
he beat him. He beat him before Shaq joined. Shaq joined in 2010.
Wait, be who?
Cleveland.
Orlando. beat
Yeah,
Cleveland.
you're right. He did.
You're
Yeah,
right,
he
but
did.
you know what?
Cleveland, that was their best team actually. That 2009 team when
Yeah,
they
it
were
was.
taking
Yeah.
them pictures.
Yeah.
Before
They were
the
chilling.
game
He was
and all
dancing
that.
with Danny Green.
Yeah,
But that was
Devontae
before
West.
LeBron.
Yeah.
That was before LeBron
Yeah,
became
Devontae
the
West said,
LeBron
"Mom."
he is now. Like he
Right,
hadn't went to Miami.
right.
He hadn't went to college yet. He was
Right.
still in high school then. You
Right.
know, he went to college.
But
before
that
he
was the
came back.
best. That was the best LeBron before LeBron.
That was the most talented LeBron.
That was.
I missed
he
the
was
old
crazy.
Kanye.
So let's jump into the next topic here that's going to get Jeremy in trouble if he's down with it. Splitting the bill. We're going to change it up. A-leaguers. We're going to get different topics every week. This one here, we're going to talk about should you split the bill? We live in Atlanta. It's a little different here. They expect different things from us. How to conduct ourselves on these dates. But here's my thing, splitting the bill. I said it in the group chat last week. Cause I've had a problem the last couple months with the dates I've had to be on, and I put myself in that situation, so I had to take blame for it. I get it. But if I don't expect anything, I expect you to at least get the tip if I invite you out. All right? If I say, hey, come with me, let's go out, let's do this, blah, 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 let's out, I got us. I'm pretty much implying that I'm going to pay for us.
What are the circumstances? Is it the first date?
Let's say, okay, no. The first date, I got it. If I say, yo, let's go get something to eat, I want to take you out to eat, then duh. You know,
Right,
I got
right.
that and the tip. It's no big deal.
Okay, so
I'm saying the next
date,
couple
date
dates.
number what?
Let's say date number 5. I don't know. Or if you've been dating for like at least 2 months, but you're not.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, dating,
Yeah.
just casually dating. Let's say
Yeah.
that. Or it's not anything too serious, but you know, you're kind of feeling each other out. At some point in time, you're gonna have to. I'm gonna look at you and say, at least make the offer. Say that. Act like you're trying. Look, reach in your pocketbook, girl. Like, just pretend that you're about to do
I'm in
something.
African American relationship class at Georgia State, and then the professor was like, "Ladies, bring money with you, and then bring your little bag, and then always when the bill comes, reach for your bag and
See?
wait for him to be like, oh no, I got it."
Exactly.
And like, but bring money just in case.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Come prepared. Go ahead.
I agree with you. I at least would like the effort, but you know, the first couple of dates. I mean, until like you're in a relationship with somebody, like I don't, you know, I would think, you know, pay for it, but you know, at least for her to show the effort.
Yes.
And that I could do it, you know, if you wouldn't really,
If you didn't have it. We don't, as guys, we don't want to feel used, but go ahead.
Exactly.
I don't wanna
And
feel
then,
used.
you know, when you get in a relationship, you know, it's kind of 50. It's not 50-50. Like the guy pays for everything, but
Yeah.
you know, sometimes a girl like, hey, I want to treat you right today. Don't worry about going in your wallet. I got you today.
Yeah.
Like that would be cool, you know.
And as honest
Take
as
me
we
to
are,
McDonald's, something.
yeah, get
Yeah.
that dollar menu, girl. I'll take you to Waffle House. You know how it is. But if I'm not expecting anything in return, which I think a lot of guys get it. Let's be honest, like, you know, we pay and then we expect that the nightcap how it's gonna be. But it's like, if we're both being honest, like, and we're both just trying to get to know each other, and I'm paying and you pay half, I don't see anything wrong with that because it's like, look,
An
we're
investment.
not expecting anything. Yeah, we're not expecting anything out of each other. I'm chilling. I'm getting to know you. We're going out. We're getting to know each other. Blah blah blah. Same thing for you. If you're not expecting anything out of, as far as like, when I mean expecting anything, just that night, I'm saying, or that whatever it is, like if you're not putting any pressure on the situation and we're just having fun getting to know each other, then I don't see any problem with splitting the bill. I think a lot of times we come into situations just like girls, a lot of the women expect us that this is the duty of the man that we're supposed to do. And then, so it's like a double standard because like, all right, if you expect that, then in return, should I say that, oh, I expect you to the nightcap, you know what's good? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to expect that then.
It
So
was 1 a.m., bro.
it was, oh, don't do that.
Oh man.
Oh, DRose.
You know what it is.
Rashad
with the
Rose.
boys, you know?
Rashad Rose in the building.
He said you pull up with the Uber everywhere. You feel me?
I got the Uber outside waiting. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
What you about to do?
that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Look, for me, it's not a crazy issue, but it gets irritating a little bit because it's like if we go to the movies, I had one circumstance which was really cool, and I had others that wasn't. Where I'll just give one. Went on a couple of dates with one girl, and for her, it was she said, "Yo, let's go do this." And I'm like, all right. Like, she was really, like, leading, like, yo, I want to go do this. I was like, all right, cool. And I went. We get up, we meet up. And she's
That's
like,
so awesome.
And she's like, yeah. And she's like, oh, and she ends up paying for it. I'm like, yo, I'm reaching in, but I'm, like, expecting, like, oh, I'm going to pay for it. But she's like, no. I invited you. I got it. But for her, she was looking at me like, no, like, seriously, I got it. So I was like, wow, okay, that's cool. Like, that
But
was
how do
rare.
you feel about that? Do you feel like
I don't like it all the time.
I mean, cause it can seem like, ooh, you might be controlling a little bit, you know?
Oh, if she keeps doing it, and she kind of get like an edge
you might
on
be
me,
like
man.
you have like this dominant trait that you just have to be in control all the
All
time.
the time, yeah. No,
So I don't know.
It could, because she could be planting the seed for later. Be like, hey, remember that time I bought? Like,
Yeah.
You know I wear the pants in this relationship.
I mean, like you was saying earlier, Eric. I just think sometimes, you don't want to feel used. Like guys, like we don't want to like. If a girl not putting nothing into the, getting to know you, like all you doing is taking her out and feeding her.
Especially,
Oh, man, I'm tired of that.
social media, they ruined it for me when they started making the
$200 dates?
the free food
Yeah.
memes.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I'm talking
when
about.
they were like, when you really got them
Wasting time?
saved as free food.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Girls do that?
Yeah, then you got
Savage
some,
life.
I was like,
Light
hold
bill.
on. I got to check my Bank of America account.
Oh, see, you know it's
Look
bad
at-
when you gotta check
all
your
right,
account.
when's
Yeah, it's
okay,
like, oh,
I'll
man.
take, all right, 2015.
How much I got? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, and you looking at you gotta get the app. You gotta open the app real low.
And then you look at your text, and then you see the whole thread. It's like,
Did y'all see the
Hey,
ATL
wanna go get
episode,
some-
the Atlanta
Yep.
episode?
Yeah.
That's
Childish, yeah.
right.
I thought about that when that was happening.
Yeah, when he was getting mad at the waitress, I was like, "That's definitely us.
Right.
Like, that's me. Like, why you keep pressuring me to get the steak and all this stuff, like the shrimp? I don't want
And
all
dessert.
that. I don't want any dessert. I just chilling, man.
Even
Like,
if you want it,
I don't want that price.
I don't want it.
Exactly. And the girl's like, "Oh, no problem. Let me get that filet mignon." I'm like, "Yo, no, you
Stop.
don't need."
stop.
That's
do
the
it.
pressure.
and then
man.
the worst thing about girls eating out is they don't eat.
Nope.
They have like 2 bites, and then they're like, I'm full. And you're like, what? You what?
Exactly. They're gonna take out
This is
box.
all you can eat buffet. We got to eat.
That's what my parents.
paying
That's how they
$85.
raised me.
You eat the whole. You clean your plate, girl. That's another thing. Rashad brought up a good point. Clean y'all plates. Hashtag clean your plates.
Right.
Man.
Hashtag
I wanna
clean your
see-
plates 2016.
Thank you. Don't be shy either. They be like, "Oh, I just didn't want to eat in front of you." Like, nah, go in. I want to see you go in.
And then take
'Cause
your
I know I'm
to-go
gonna
box
eat.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Jeremy said,
right.
what's
I'm a big boy. I eat.
Jeremy-
I ain't gonna lie. I eat.
Jerry's like, I ain't shy. I ain't shy.
Who you is?
You gonna- you
It's not
finish
like
that? You gonna finish that?
because you licked your fingers, I'm gonna be like, I'm not feeling this.
No.
anymore.
Now, if you got it all over your face,
Like, I mean, if you sound like, then I'm gonna be like,
So like
okay.
Big Shirley, like Big Shirley and Martin. Big Shirley and Martin, when you couldn't even see her, she was down in the whole drink. She was just killing everything. Nah, that's gonna see. We can't do that.
oh man,
But yeah, all right. So, man, episode 10, the A-League, baby, back 2 weeks in a row.
Thank you, everybody.
You know what I mean?
before you finish, Rashad,
What's up?
Right.
I mean, Eric.
What? I look like Rashad. I do.
Nah. But on a serious note, I want to send the prayers down to everybody down there in Florida,
Oh, man.
and South Carolina, in North Carolina, man, and South Georgia, man. I know boy Akeem, he lives in South Carolina, so hey man, be safe.
Hey,
Right.
Be safe, bro.
Also, shouts out to Jeremy, man. You know, our survivor, our homie, man, the warrior. You know, y'all really don't see what really goes on behind the scenes, man. This man is coming out here still every single weekend, still doing this podcast. So we appreciate you, Jeremy. We still with you, bro.
For sure, man. Hey, man, let's make it quick then. Go around the room, do what we do. Eric Yeboah here, eYeboah5 on Twitter, ericyeboah.com. Check the A-League podcast. We're on SoundCloud, iTunes. Now we're on Facebook. Got a Facebook page. You can get that running too. Hey, let's do it.
All right, I'm Jeremy Johnson, Clark _Kent _75. Get my Superman on.
Yeah. First of all, shout out to everybody that have been listening to us, supporting us these past 10 episodes. It's really cool. RashadMilligan.com. You can also text me at 678.
You gonna get some weirdos, dog. You gonna get some. You better. You might as well put it on Craigslist. You gonna do it like that. You might as well put it on this podcast.
Hey.
You gonna get some crazy people.
Yeah. I was gonna
go
say
ahead,
something.
finish it.
No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
A-League, baby, man. We out.
Watch out. Watch out.